Hi guys, this is going to be considerably different from what you normally see me do on this channel. I've been contacted a time or two throughout the years about maybe doing a review on a metal detecting product. And I just never really cared to do that. I always turn them down, but this last time here recently, I thought sure, why not? We'll see how it goes. So they sent me a metal detector. In the interest of saving time on this video, I went ahead and unboxed it myself and put it together. I mean, how many unboxings can you watch of metal detectors on YouTube, right? So this thing is put together. I will show you where the box came in. It's just a plain brown box, says metal detector on it. In the box, along with this detector, they give you a couple extras. One thing is this. This is kind of a cool little thing. It is a little collapsible shovel and a pick combo. You can tighten that up so you can get through, easy to get through dirt or hard to get through dirt with that pick option. Also in the box is a carrying case for the metal detector. I have not opened this up yet, but it does come with its own carrying case, so you can be sure that it's protected. Also included in the box are two 9-volt batteries are housed in the back right here. You don't even have to buy batteries for this thing for Christmas. And right here is where your speaker is located. It's an interesting machine. I have not tried this machine out yet, but this is it. It's got a nice slim design. It's fairly lightweight. It is lightweight actually. That coil, look at that. That coil is probably a good 9 inches, 10 inches. That's a big coil. I would consider this a plus right away. Bigger the coil, the greater the depth, correct? But this is the Epoium metal detector. It's got a nice interface there. You can see Epoium is, but this is going to be quite interesting. I wrote down all the features that this machine has. So let me go through these real quick. I'll turn it on and let you see this, and then I'll go through these features. This is a 3-tone detector. You just heard all 3 of those tones. And right away, I noticed that backlight. I don't know, but a lot of these smaller name brand detectors, you know, as far as I know, they didn't have that, but that surprised me when I saw that. It's got a really nice interface. Look at that, big numbers. Everything's laid out very easy to understand. So far, we probably have a winner. So let's go through some of these features. This detector not only has a really cool backlight that I was impressed with right away, and you can turn that on and off to save battery life, but it also has a volume control. You can adjust the sensitivity. You can discriminate, notch out what you don't want to hear in the ground, pinpoint once you find a target, and if you get it all set up to do everything you want to do, it's got a memory, which means you can turn it off, and a week or 2 later you can come back and turn it back on, and all those settings that you just went through will come back on the way you want. Not only that, as you heard, it has a 3-tone. That's really all you really need in a detector, especially if you're just breaking into the hobby, which this may or may not be good for. We'll find out. It has a waterproof coil, which is a very good thing if you want to hunt along a shoreline, a creek, a river, lake, possibly ocean. I don't know how well it'll do with that kind of that soil. I mentioned that coil is waterproof. The housing, the control box, is not waterproof, so don't get that confused. It has an auto ground balance. It has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and as I said, you can control the volume. It has nice large DVI, that's visual discrimination indicator. Those are those numbers there. From what I've seen, this detector is very easy to set up. So let's go through some of the processes of doing that right now. So let's explore some of these options. First of all, you can see over here, these are what they use for notches. It actually tells you what it is. So this, as far as this goes, would be good for a beginner. You have the iron, nickel, pull tab, zinc, small silver like a dime, 25 cents, a larger silver, all the way down through here. Whenever you roll over one of these items, it will box in like this iron. Of course, right now I have the coil on the floor, so it's picking up on some iron nails. Let's start off with sensitivity. We're on that right here. Sensitivity, this is your sensitivity bar. All you do is go up or down. Right there it's maxed out. I'm going to go 2 down from that, maybe just 1 down from max, just so it doesn't overload on me. And then hit enter. Then to scroll to the next one, you hit menu. This discrimination, that's going to be up here. You can adjust your discrimination. I'm going to go for all metal, so I'm not going to discriminate anything out. Hit menu again. You have your notches, which are these. You can scroll down through, as you can see, and you can notch something out if you want, like a pull tab, and that no longer exists on your menu. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in just to see what this thing does. Menu, volume. I have volume turned all the way down. You can turn it all the way up to 4. And that's pretty much your settings right there. Very simple, very easy to do. And when you turn that off, turn it back on, all those settings are still going to be set. 1 notch down from sensitivity. Everything else is just as I left it. I am outside, and I am sorry for the background noise. My neighbor is having a tree cut down, so yeah, there's that. You're going to hear a lot of noise. I'm going to try this Epoium metal detector out and see how it does in my yard. I've been finding a few things in the yard, so there's a possibility of coming up with something pretty good. A lot of it is trash though. One thing you're going to want to consider purchasing if you decide this is going to be a hobby for you is a pinpointer. Not necessarily this one, but a pinpointer of some sort will come in very handy for locating a target in the ground. So let's see what this can do. I did find my first target. I'm going to let you see what this metal detector says about it. I'm not certain what it is. I haven't even cleaned it up yet. Huh, it looks like the whole thing is threaded. It might be some kind of a reducer or a nipple or something. I don't know. The whole thing is threaded. It fit into something, and then I'm sure this inside is threaded too. But the first target, it was about 3 inches down. I found another signal I'm going to dig. It's in the pull tab range. I'm going to pinpoint. It should be right in the middle of that elongated slot. Got the target out. And I found these in the yard before. That is a 38 round. It's the shell. Very cool. I have another signal. It's in the pull tab range. It turned out to be a very interesting hole. I pulled out 2 more of those 38s. I have a signal that is in the silver range. It's indicating possibly a dime. Well, this target turned out to be a couple pieces of aluminum. Aluminum usually gives a very high signal. Well, I just found a roofing nail. It rang up one way as silver and the other way as iron. it's not a problem. It was right on the iron side. Even some of the higher grade detectors will ring the same way on an iron nail. So I still consider that to be a win. Next find is a ring pull from a pull tab, and it rang up as a pull tab, so that is a win. Alright folks, I just pulled a coin out of the ground. It rang up as zinc on the detector. It actually said zinc, so we'll see if this is a zinc penny. It probably is. We'll see how good this detector is. Right, where was it? Oh, here it is here. Right here. It is a penny. Yeah, and I feel a rough edge. That is a zinc penny indeed. It really is. Whoop, and I dropped it. Well, it's starting to rain, so this housing is not waterproof, so I'm going to have to call it a day, or call it a hunt. Last thing I found is a top to a pencil for the pencil lead. Very bad shape. I found it right here at the corner of my concrete. So that's going to be it for the day, and the Epoium has performed better than I thought it would. There is one more test I want to do on this real quick, and then I have to get it inside, and that is a depth test. And hopefully you can hear this machine over the roar of that stump being dug out. This item is the very first thing I dug with it. It's probably copper. And about 7 inches or so, it starts to give a grunt like iron. At about 5 inches, it still sounds like copper. So that ain't bad for a cheap machine. And here's just a rundown on what I found with this detector. Whatever that is, I don't know. I think it's copper. 3 shells, 38 shells, a nail, pull tab, some bits of aluminum, a zinc penny, and I knew it was a zinc penny before I dug it because the machine told me, and a little bit of an eraser holder from the top of a pencil. Well, you may be wondering how you can get yourself one of these if you are so inclined. I'm going to show you on the computer. In fact, there's going to be a link to be able to pick this up right below this video. This is an Amazon link, and this is the Epoium metal detector that we just tested. It lists for $129.99, but now I don't know if anybody else gets this. It's a coupon for whatever settings I have. I think this is honey. If you get honey, you get this coupon. So I'm going to click on that and see what it gives me. Actually, it says it gives me $30 off right there. So now that $129.99 detector becomes a $99.99 detector. So that ain't too bad. It's going to be under $100 for this thing. And frankly, I think this is a fairly good detector for that money. And I do have to admit, I am somewhat impressed with this machine. It is a low-end detector. I would much rather see, if you can afford it, somebody get something a little higher end, maybe with a name brand on it. But if this is what you have money for, I think you'll probably do good for yourself. So check it out, see what you think. I hope I did you a service, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, we'll catch you later with an actual metal detecting hunt. Bye.